Knife dope. More dope. Come and get your fix. What's up, fuckers? Your boy is back with a fresh batch of dope. KnifeDope. That's right, people. The hits don't stop. Well, goddamn has it been about 4 months since my last video. And I've missed you fuckers. And you know I'd never shit you. Now in those 4 months, I've added a shit ton of knives to the collection. At some point, I will share all those acquisitions with you guys. But we've got more pressing issues at hand. Now, one of the knives I just got back from a little bit of mod life is this beauty. My longest tenured Protek in the collection. This is the Ferrum Forged Design Morax. Now, if you remember a few years ago, I added this bulbous set of tits. Well, that wasn't enough for me. Ended up sending her to Brian at Transparent Knives, who gave me this gorgeous full-length hollow grind, flipper delete. Also had him blast the tits. So she is now a 100% certified slicey hoe. I've really been loving this this variant of the Morax. So much so, I wish Protek would even give us one of these, you know, full-length hollow, nice set of tits, no flipper. It is definitely the better variant in my opinion. Now what brings us here today, unfortunately, pains me to even talk about. And so without further ado, let's get to the dope. Now we're here today over some USA dope, a pre-order to be exact. A pre-order that was done over a year ago, 16 to 18 months to be exact. And that was this, the Vanguard Knives USA Breaker Elite. Now let me give you a quick rundown. The Breaker design itself is a design of Jeff Blavell, wonderful knife maker here in the States. And the Breaker is a custom design of his. Very hard to score, and you know, price point, I think, you know, $2,000 price range or what have you. Now Vanguard had the best intention. He wanted to give us a quote unquote mid-tech production variant of that design. So he licensed the design from Jeff Blavell, and then he went ahead and had that Breaker design made in China. And he also had an option for a USA variant of that knife. Now being the USA homer that I am, I decided to sign up for that pre-order in August of 2024. Originally, it was supposed to be a 2 to 4 month turnaround. And due to one thing or another, the shit just deadline kept getting broken after deadline after deadline. Finally, it showed up the day after Thanksgiving. Now, initially when I got this, I wanted to do a genuine unboxing, and I tried. Set the camera up, started recording, and couldn't go through with it. Actually started freezing up because I was so disappointed. So now we're gonna go over this knife. It arrives in this wonderfully done, you know, pleatherish leather box of sorts. Nice display. It does come with a metal COA, which I always dig. And then of course, the dope. Now, being that this pre-order took so long, Vanguard actually also gifted us a Chinese variant of the Breaker. We'll check that out here in a minute as well. Now, this variant that I chose, or that I paid for, came in about 600 bucks with tax. This actually was a DLT exclusive. Now, you know, this type of fuckery would have never happened at DNK Knives. So head on over to DNK Knives, use code FUCKER, 10%, code FUCKER15 will save you 15% each and every Sunday. But I digress. The USA Breaker. Now, this was actually OEM'd by Griffworks. He is a USA maker. And this is what he felt was good enough to send out. So let's keep that in mind. This was signed off by him as well as DLT, who QC'd this prior to sending me this knife. Now, when I opened the box up and took the knife out, the very first thing I noticed, and it had me actually second guessing my eyesight, was the finish on the scales. I mean, when I first saw it, I thought perhaps they just forgot to wipe it down. But that's not the case. That's the actual finish. It looks like somebody was giving their fingerprints at a local police department. I don't fucking understand it. He calls this a fine Zerblast finish. I've never seen a Zerblast finish with such markings on it. I mean, you can even see how it gets darker right around that clip. And then there's a lighter spot there. Okay, single form of deployment, which is a nice cutout in the blade. Now he alleges to be using tie connector titanium hardware. T15 in that pivot. Pocket clip, I don't hate it, don't love it. It is it's long enough that it does clear the lock bar relief, paddle-like, but I can get past that. Now when I first saw these show side, I was kind of hyped up. I said, okay, no hardware, you know. But he's got the two screw-through hardware going through, so tap in, which is typically a little bit cheaper than when they tool each side. But whatever, it is what it is. Let's check this hoe out. Woo! Now the detent is dialed the fuck in. I'll give him that. But let's take a look at this goddamn blade, people. I tell you what, it amazes me. Now if you look. Let's see if I can get this camera to show you guys exactly what's going on. Look at all the scratches on this blade. Okay? $600 for this knife. Now, not only is the blade finish, the scale finish horrendous, this will not even cut paper cleanly. Trust me, as I'd never shit you. Now, she also arrived off center. You know? Skiffs are in the pivot. There is plenty of room for disengagement. You've got ample access. However, there is no jimping of any sorts, and it just feels cheap when I go there. I don't know how to tell you. You have to trust me. It just feels cheap. I feel like it was just a corner that he cut. Could have easily added a little bit of jimping, but hey, it is what it is. Now, as far as specs goes, let's go over them. We've got 7.9 inches for your overall length. Of that, 3.52 inches of magna cum laude steel. Now, Griffworks alleges that the magna cum laude is being ran at 64 Rockwell, or as he put it to me, it's supposed to be 64 Rockwell. So there's that. 150 thousandths blade stock, so she is definitely a thick hoe. You know, nice drop point blade. Now, when I first got it, also the action was pretty shitty. I did disassemble it. There was a shit ton of oil in the pivot, so I went ahead and removed all that. Put it back together. But wait, there's more. Now, if you look at the edge bevel, you'll see here towards the heel where it's not uniform. It kind of sticks out a little bit. Hold up, let me try to stand up. You can see here how it just juts out. So you're going to have a smile for sure. And here's a better view of all of those lines on the blade. Both sides, of course. I mean, look at this. Absolutely unacceptable. Disregard that sexy thumb. And then here, the scales. Look at this. When I tell you it looked like somebody was giving their fingerprints, I wasn't lying to you. There goes that spot. Now, you would think, don't get it fucked up. It isn't like this is something that just rubs off. That is the finish, people. That is the actual finish on this knife. Now, you know, the sad part is that a few weeks prior to getting this, I actually had the opportunity to get a full refund. DLT, to their credit, was allowing either full credit, you know, store credit, or you could opt for a money back guarantee, or rather a money back. Although they were kind of playing this little game, this little fuckery game, where if you wanted your money back, they had to send it in a paper check. It could take up to 2 weeks, blah, blah, blah. You know, they just do that shit to kind of discourage you from that. But I figured, you know, at 14, 16 months already, I was going to wait it out because I was committed to it and I really wanted to have a fantastic experience. I wanted a great knife. I wanted to get one of Jeff's designs in hand. Now, you know, this is not Jeff's fault. He licensed his design out, so this is not against him. But just fucking devastated, to be honest with you. Also, if you look right out the gate, we're already sitting at over 50%, probably closer to 70 or 80% on lockup. So, you know, in a couple of weeks' time, you're going to have 100% lockup, and you know what that is. That is no bueno. Now, the lock bar insert is AEBL at 62 HRC, allegedly. Ceramic detent ball, we've got 5.4 ounces, so she does have a little bit of weight to her. But man, oh man, am I absolutely disappointed, utter disappointment in this knife. Now for comparison, real quick, before we get to some size comparisons, let's just take a quick look at the China breaker that was gifted to us for anyone who did the pre-order. He sent this along, just kind of like trying to apologize for the long delay. This is done fantastically. This one comes in about $200 and something. Now, of course, it is not USA made, which was a big sticking point for me. But as far as finish-wise and end result, this is a great knife in the China breaker variants. Now, let's go ahead and boot some knives up for some size comparison. Basically, a little bit of knife flexing. You know how the fuck we do. Gonna roll with America first. As a matter of fact, this will be the first time you've seen all these knives on my channel. Let's go with this one. Salt Series Para 3 in Magna Cum Laude. Then we're going to go with this one, another Spyderco, one that has actually taken my love from the Shaman away, and that is the Bodacious, rocking those AWT, aggressive agent scales. Like I was saying, at some point soon, I will share all the knives I've added, so just stay tuned for that. Also added this one. This is the Monterey Bay Knives Sea Otter. That's a knife that I've wanted for a couple of years. Managed to score her on the secondary, and I've been pretty much impressed. Then we've got this one coming from Protek, the Cambria 2. So here's the breaker up against those. Let's do two mo. God damn it, two mo. My first and only Medford in the collection. That is the Slim Midi. Big shout out to Uncle Greg. And then last but certainly not least, my newest and favorite Demko knife ever. That, of course, being the MG AD20S compact apparatus. So there is the breaker up against those. Yeah, people, pain is real. I am totally distraught with this. But in the grand scheme of things, I've got plenty of other good knives to make up for this one. Now, I will be attempting to contact DLT tomorrow and try to return this hoe. At this point, I'll take some store credit. I'm sure I can find something that'll make up for this. But if they decline that, best believe I will talk about it till the end of time. Might have to make this a rescue project. No cosign, bitches. But more importantly, I want to know what you fuckers think. Tell me all about it. Love you, mean it. Until the next time. Cut something, cut someone. Just don't cut yourself. Stay dangerous, fuckers!